Hello and welcome to Showcase Podcast, where we bring you the latest and greatest hits of football happenings in the country. I'm your host, Ashaj Pratap, and with me today is Zaid Mohammed. Zaid, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks yourself. Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Showcase Podcast. It's been a long wait, and I'm really excited for this to happen.
We are proud to talk about the Bafana Bafana performances in the international friendlies against Namibia and then the DRC. Bafana Bafana recorded 2 clean sheets against those two nations. What do you make of the goalkeeping performances of one Veli Moto and then Ricardo Goss?
It shows that we have depth in squad when it comes to that. When it comes to rotation, when it comes to keep, but the clean sheet, as you say, it's a good sign. It's a good sign in terms of keeping out the opponents. That's the best way going forward.
Those two countries actually confirmed their places at AFCON last weekend, so we will actually see them in the tournament, well, hopefully at some point actually.
Yes.
Recording strong results against them. We did get quite a few shots and not really that many goals, just the 1 goal across the 2 games. Do you think that lack of goals will hamper our progress in AFCON?
Most probably, because I was looking at it, the first game against Namibia, it was 12 shots, 6 on target. We need to convert, basically. Conversion is important. Even if it's scrappy, get the ball in the net. That's the most important thing, leading up to AFCON.
Well, the one player that did stand out, as he always does, is Lyle Foster. He's leading the country, the country's line. He's doing the things for Burnley in the Premier League. And he was the one that netted that first and only goal of the game against DRC. How important do you think his progress is for the country as a whole?
I think it's an example he sets as well, because it gives these players the opportunity from our local teams that are representing Orlando Pirates, representing Kaizer Chiefs, that he's going and doing it at the big stage. He's coming to do it for international, and he's replicating his performances, which I feel is very important to the whole country and the whole camp itself.
I want to ask you, we all watch Premier League football. Now that Foster is a starting player at a Premier League club, are you invested in Burnley football in any shape, way or form?
This goes, I have to say this, it's going to be a bit of, not many people might know it. I was invested in Burnley football a long time ago, because Sean Dykes, if you'll know Brexit football, you'll know that I'm a fan of it.
I thought you were looking for that long ball.
4-4-2, get it up.
With Barnes and Sam Boakes over there, Chris Wood, he always has that tall striker. And I think Foster, the club has taken a different shape. Now they're playing with more fast-paced, younger players as well. Burnley very notorious for the age, maybe choosing side of veterans. But returning back to Bafana Bafana, the strike partner of Zakeshle Lapasa and Percy Tau. That's a strong front three, and you've got a lot of other players. You look at Pule Modi, Saleng, who was absolutely sensational in the game against Namibia. I think he had something like 5 shots, did that rainbow flick. He's certainly someone that plays a lot of finesse and high tempo. There was, of course, his home stadium. Saleng is a Pirates player. Last year's absolute on fire. This season hasn't had quite the best start to the PSL, but you just look at that performance, man playing with confidence. Do you think he will have a part to play in this Bafana team?
Saleng, of course, yes. He is a big match player. He is the John Cena of local football. He is the John Cena. He's a big match player. When you watch the final last year, he played out of his skin. You watched the final, the MTN8 final. He played out of his skin as well, scoring the only goal in that game as well.
The final, the free kick from quite a ridiculous angle, if I might add.
We were there. I'll share the clip. We were there. But like I said, he's a big match player, and for Bafana, if you put him on that stage in AFCON, he is going to shine. And hopefully, fingers crossed, injury free, he's selected at AFCON.
Yeah, I do think he would be quite positive addition to the squad, especially if they progress through the knockout stages, which I think they will. Do you think they?
AFCON, it haunts me, because that is one specific game. It's against Egypt. It was. We played out of our skin. It was South Africa was reborn the game, but the only issue, like we said at the beginning, is chances created versus chances scored. Every moment I looked like South Africa could score in the first half against Egypt. It was the quarterfinal, if I'm not mistaken. Every chance looked like they could score, and Vilakazi just couldn't put it in the net that time. And that's what I say. South Africa, we need to put the ball in the net.
Well, this is a very different, situation right now. I think, if I may go as far as to say, this is the best Bafana squad I've seen over the last 20 years.
Yes, I agree. I would agree. Yes, it took me some time to think.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about my Velakazis and everything. Yes, I would agree.
This complete squad, I'm talking
Yes.
from the leading line to the goalkeeper, because when I started the podcast, I didn't mention
The two goalkeepers,
Motoa
yes.
and Ricardo Goss. Obviously, those are not the first choice keeper. Rodden Williams, he's the
Yes.
first choice, first name on the team sheet. Bafana captain, if I'm not mistaken. So that just tells you how big of a name he is in the country. And I believe he was ruled out for this 2 fixtures. He was sick. But it did give a chance of to Moto and Ricardo Goss, who, again, I must add, both stepped up and kept clean sheets. I think Ricardo Goss was a bit busy of the 2 keepers in the fixture against the DRC. Had a lot more shots to deal with than probably Moto had in his run against Namibia. But both stepping up. I just want to add, third choice keeper. I don't actually think it's going to be Goss, Motoa, and Rodden Williams that travels to Ivory Coast to take part in AFCON. I actually think Brandon Peterson of Kaizer Chiefs is going to edge one of them. It could be Goss, it could be Motoa, but I think Brandon Peterson's performances in the Kaizer Chiefs nets has been absolutely sensational this season. He hasn't recorded that many clean sheets, but if you look at the quality of saves that he's
Produced.
absolutely sensational. He's literally clawing the ball out the back of the net, because Chiefs, they were in 6s and 7s at the beginning of the season. Clubs, I think TS Galaxy beat them. They recorded 2 losses and a win, and a draw of their opening 3 league fixtures. So worrying signs over there. But Peterson stepped up. You look at his game against Sundowns in the MTN 8 first leg. Wow. The Chiefs went down in that one. It might be the league fixture, I'm getting it confused, but because they do play each other again this weekend in the second leg of the MTN 8 semi-final, so that's going to be a very difficult game for Chiefs. Sundowns do obviously have that away goal, so it's going to be a very busy afternoon for him, playing at I think it's Lucas Moripe Stadium. So yeah, do keep an eye out on him.
So you think did he have an international call-up as yet?
Peterson, I'm not quite sure. I don't think
but
he has.
But do you think he deserves his call-up?
Yeah.
After these performances, you think he deserves it?
Look forward in the international calendar. Bafana have another round of friendlies against Swaziland, Eswatini, and Ivory Coast. So we're actually going to be playing in Ivory Coast, which will give the national team the first taste of what it could be like before they do it for real in January. Speaking of Peterson and other players, did anybody else catch your eye in this 2 international friendlies? I know Obas from, I believe he's now at Sundowns, formerly of TS Galaxy, I could be mistaken, but he is somebody that, I must say, took that second fixture by storm. We saw his long distance shots in the closing stages of that one. Do you think he's someone that could force his way into that starting lineup going forward?
Obas.
Yeah.
Yes, I think he should be forcing his way with the performance like you said. He should be getting in there, shots more out of the box. Like, it all leads up to the one thing: we need shots on target, and we need players who can do that. We need players who are going to try something different. We need something different, not Route 1 football all the time. We need this variety and a difference of players, of styles of shooting as well. I'm happy. And then another thing that that caught my eye in this friendlies was Percy Tau's new hairstyle. I like the shine, eh? I like the shine.
Keep shining.
Keep shining, Tau.
Yeah. I want to also move on to the bulk of Sundowns players that are generally fielded in the national team. Historically speaking, you're looking at about a third of the Bafana squad consists of Sundowns players. How big of an involvement was Motsepe in that whole era?
Of his current era. Motsepe, Sundowns, we are champions. We play, like we say, what is the word for it for South Africa? We play
champagne football.
We play. No, it's Sundowns is our Man City.
Yeah.
Sundowns, that's the best way I can call it. Sundowns is our Real Madrid. They are notorious winners. They are serial winners, and that mentality is needed in the national team, in the men's national team, shall I say? They are the players know what it's like to win. The players know what it's like to go up North Africa and grind out a result. Those players know. So when it comes to the international scene, those same players are going to go up north, and they're used to it. They're used to the lasers in their eyes. They're used to it. Majority of the Sundowns players, the mentality most probably is the answer I would give to that one.
100%. I want to discuss Hugo Bruce's comments post the 2 friendlies, because it wasn't only Hugo Bruce that called for the fan support, but also Lyle Foster. I believe he was awarded the player of the match at the end of the second fixture was against DRC. He did score the only goal, and he echoed the sentiments of Hugo Bruce in asking for more fans, because there were more DRC fans in Orlando Stadium than South Africa fans, and it's absolutely incredible when you consider the location of Orlando Stadium. It's in the heart of Johannesburg and Soweto, so you have to wonder, it can't be a transport thing, because honestly, fans could even walk to the stadium. The ticket prices are low.
People move on buses.
Exactly. So I believe that was a Tuesday fixture. But again, if you look at the Saturday fixture, I think it was a 3 p.m. 5 p.m. It's not that difficult to go to the stadium. So
support the country.
Yeah, how important would the fans be for the national team if we were to go and progress?
So that I will discuss further in our AFCON Road to AFCON segment that we're going to have. But the fans play an important role. I feel we are fans of South Africa. We need to back our team. No matter, we have to leave the past behind us. It's an ex-girlfriend. So all South Africa is an ex-girlfriend. We have to leave them behind us. It's like you said, it's the best group you've seen in a long time. So people need to get behind. As just as much as fans go to Pirates versus Chiefs. Stadium is sold out. We need to bring, because the Chiefs and Pirates supporters are still South African supporters. So get them going, get them into the stadium by playing football, by playing good football. So like now, results mean a lot at the moment. But as we're playing Swaziland, get a good result, get the football.
I believe that's a home fixture as well. I just want to add.
Oh yes. Yeah. So if there is more, like how many you said was at the DRC game?
I'm not sure, but I know that there were more DRC fans than South African fans. The stadium was also empty. Large parts of the stadium were empty, and I think, if I was there, I would definitely in a heartbeat.
Yes.
But on that note, why would you have gone? I just want to know. Would you be a fan? Is it a South African thing, or do you want to go to see a specific player? Maybe Lyle Foster.
Why would I go to the game?
Why would you go to the game?
Because let's be a lot of reasons why would I go to South Africa to watch my national team play. It's patriarchy. Patriarchy. What's the word?
Yeah, patriotism.
Patriotism is number one. Number two, I would like to see these international players. I don't get to see Saleng every weekend. I don't get to see Lyle Foster every weekend. I would like to go and watch these players live to see what it is to take them to the big leagues. So if he's doing it, if Burnley sells out, we know Burnley sells out. So if Burnley fans are paying to see this man,
to feed the club to the Premier League.
Why aren't we paying to see the man play?
Yeah, 100%.
And then the third reason will obviously be, I want to see our country grow football-wise. I want to be there to boo a decision. I want to be there to scream for the decision. I want my voice to be heard.
And be with your fellow countrymen as well.
Be with my fellow countrymen and experience it. Because the 2010 World Cup, I was a bit too young. I didn't get to see them play live. But now we make a lot of opportunities for ourselves to go and watch our national team play live.
100%. I just want to speak about the performances of the national team. I believe over the last 15 games, 15 competitive fixtures, we're undefeated.
Oh yes.
That's good. Incredible. I think it was 3 draws and the rest were wins. Absolutely sensational when you look at that. And having these 2 fixtures and you must remember we played some difficult fixtures. This next friendly, do you think SAFA should make a decision to change the location of the fixture? Because the previous ones have been in Joburg and they haven't really been attended, I'm sure it was a low attendance, poor fan attendance. And do you think if they go to Mbombela Stadium, Moses Mabhida Stadium, Cape Town Stadium,
that was my decision. I was sorry to cut you off. I was thinking Cape Town Stadium. Go, let the national team cook in Cape Town. Let it see what it's like. Fans to go there overlooking the beach. Let them cook there.
Do you think the fan attendance would change, or would it be the same poor fan attendance?
It's experimental. It's experimental to say the least. But I would like to see it. I would like to see South Africa play at Moses. We have FIFA regulated stadiums all around the country. We want to see our country play. So maybe, you never know, if they come to Moses, we have a better turnout than it was in Johannesburg.
It could also make some decisions going forward a bit easier. If you look at the national team, when they do jet off to Ivory Coast, they're going to have a send-off. And at this current rate where the fans are coming out in poor numbers, would it be as a flop to have the national send-off in OR Tambo because of the poor attendance over there? Just imagine there's no there will be media, but I think that's more contractually obligated. Obviously, but if you look at the actual fans who would actually go to the airport, you have to wonder if Cape Town is anything near to a half a stadium that's full. Then maybe they make a decision to send them from Cape Town International just because of the fan base over there. So
it plays a big role in major competition, in a major, like you look at these World Cups, you look at these AFCONs, you look at the Euros.
Yeah.
Leading up to those major competitions, it plays psychologically, it plays knowing that you've got the home, millions of people behind you. If I'm a player, if I'm leaving to Ivory Coast and I see 100 people, and if I'm looking at your team like Nigeria, for example, they've got in O'Hare, they've got millions of people on the road screaming your name.
The team bus on the way to the airports, you know,
holding the bus, taking their shirts out, you know, holding the plane even. We want you to do well.
Be on the wings.
On the wings, we're giving you these wings.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Psychologically, for the players, it'll have a big impact, knowing that there is support. And there is expectations on you as well. Right now, I feel the players feel that they play with no expectations. They know they've been playing poorly in the past, like you said. It's the best team we have. We need to change that. We need to start demanding more from them. We need to be there when they leave and say, hey, go and get the job done.
Yeah, no, on that same note, there have been quite a few players that have actually stood up and taken Hugo Bruce's call, heeded his words, and it's shown on the pitch. You know, one player that stands out for me is Grant Margaman. He didn't have the best career if you look at the last 3 years.
Yes.
After he got the move to Mamelodi Sundowns, he was frozen up the team, couldn't really crack the starting lineup, sometimes even omitted from the matchday squad. I believe he had a bit of an injury niggle as well. But now he's at Super Sport under Gavin Hunt. He was there on loan last season, and now the move has been they've made the move a permanent one, and now he gets a national call up to those fixtures.
It's a big thing, yes.
That's how important that loan move is, and getting those minutes under your belt, because now he's just proven to the Sundowns team that I was good enough.
Yes. And
Sundowns have lost a Bafana national in him. Do you think more players should follow in his footsteps?
And with fringe players.
Yeah, getting the loan move. And then maybe showing your...
Yes, of course, yes. I feel like there's Kaizer Chiefs, there's Mamelodi Sundowns, there's Orlando Pirates. Those big teams have a lot of fringe players because they're always looking to bring in new players. So these fringe players should go out to come out to Amazulu, come out to Golden Arrows, come out to TS Galaxy, go out to Cape Town Spurs.
Yeah. There's even the relegation-threatened clubs where, you know, lots of them need strikers.
Go out to Richards Bay, go out to Maromo Gallants. You know Maromo Gallant striker, what he could do. Like I said. Yes, and we'll have a whole segment about him. Go out to these clubs and make it happen. And you never know, you could be putting on that jersey, South African jersey at AFCON when it happens.
100%, yeah, because, you know, if you look at this current Bafana squad, about several key first-team players, the likes of Themba Zwane included in that injury list, and Hugo Bruce had to change things up, look at other players that were performing and bring them into the team. Do you think we're going to see the same as we look at the next two friendlies, or would he look to keep his central cog of players, the central nucleus of the team, and use that as preparation for AFCON?
With me, I believe that you have to have a straight line. So it's your goalkeeper, your 5, your 8, your 10, and your 9. It looks like the 9 is already sorted.
Yeah.
Lyle Foster.
Yeah.
Your 10, your 8, your 5, and your goalkeeper. See, we said we have competition in goalkeepers. So we have a lot. That's a good thing to have. But the rest of the players around it, I feel, give them a chance. Keep your core, like you said, your nucleus. Keep your nucleus, how your philosophy should be played, and you bring in these young players. You never know, it could be exciting times.
100%. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing those friendlies, especially as it will be our final fixtures. I do believe that there is a World Cup qualifier before we go to AFCON.
Yes.
So that will be important as well.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
We don't understand how important that is for this country. The World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, actually, just drifting away from AFCON for a bit.
Yes, no problem.
Do you think we'd be in the World Cup?
With the rate we're playing right now?
Yeah.
I believe we will be at the World Cup. I mark my words, we are going to the World Cup. And if we don't, leave a comment, what shall I do?
Is that a dare over there?
It's a dare. We're going to the World Cup. We have to be at the World Cup. I'm going to be at the World Cup. 2026 America, I'm there.
Gentlemen, that's it from us to say. It's been lovely picking your brains about all things Bafana Bafana related.
It has been a pleasure. Congratulations.
Sure, thank you.
So, another one before we end off. We have cup competitions this week. Whoa, yeah!
MTN 8 is back. Second leg semi-finals. Wafa Wafa.
Wafa indeed.
Fixture between Kaizer Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns as the Glamour boys look to end their 8-year trophy drought. Do you think this is going to be the year for them?
Catch it on the next episode.
Cheers.